I love this store because I'm able to meet really interesting people, and quite often people that are interested in similar things to me. I love that, meeting people that have got inquiring minds.
Yeah, every time you come here there is the chance you will find something truly spectacular, and that always makes it worth it, every single time.
So I love this bookstore. It's one of my favourite places to be.
He who burns a good book destroys reason itself. Books are reason. Books are our past, our present and our possible futures crystallised into a bit of paper, pulp and ink. Books are culture.
Well, my name's Warwick. I started it all off back in 1983 in a garage in Ponsonby. I've grown from being just me working 13 hours a day, 7 days a week, to having a real team of people around me. At one point we had 9 shops in 5 different cities with over 50 staff. I guess I run a business that's a little bit unusual in that it's a business with a social conscience, basically looking out for our customers as best we can. A big part of our job isn't necessarily about buying the books, but about counselling the people. You deal with lots of people who are dealing with grief or dramatic changes in circumstances. And I've actually had families phone us up and thank us for helping their parents through situations like that, or when they've had to downsize because they're going to a retirement village and they've got this massive collection of books they can't take and they don't want to sell them. And sometimes that's really painful for them. I've had people crying when they're selling their books. I think we're a compassionate bookshop. You know, we're a business, but we're not a business. We don't really make any money. Everybody's wages get paid, but we don't really make money. We're not rich. Everything sort of staggers on from one year to the next.
I was shopping with my family in Onehunga and we discovered this magical bookshop which also sold records and comics. So this was the very early days of Hard to Find. And the minute I walked in the door, I'm like, I have to work here, I must work here. And I begged my way into a job and I've stayed with the company ever since. It's such a nice environment to work in when everybody's got the same passion for books. I just love the whole ethos of the place. It feels right, you know, I feel good about what I do. I love the books, I love the people. It's kind of a magical combination. It's sort of a social place for some people to come and to spend time with like-minded book lovers, and just a happy, safe environment. And long may it last. What would we do without bookshops? It would be kind of tragic, wouldn't it? We have 5 shipping containers in the garden for storage. This is the closest one to the building to show you, but this one's already pretty full. Ideally we'd have shelves all the way through so you could actually see the stock, because in boxes it's always that much more difficult unless you label them to say which collection they're from. So looking at that, that's just a wall of books. But they do get processed, they get priced and put into the store, or they get sent down to our Dunedin shop to go on them online. So it's crazy the amount of stock coming in. Thank goodness for shipping containers, and we're glad to have it for extra space.
So when Shalon came along to me, she was still at high school, and she was kind of looking for a way to get a job so she could leave school. And it was kind of like, well, why do you want to leave school? And there were various issues going on where she needed to move from home, and the only way she could see for that to work would be to leave school. She would come and work for me part-time on weekends, and I got permission from her mum to become her guardian so that I could then get a benefit that would then pay for her to board somewhere else.
It's just been brilliant since I met him. And of course I love the shop, I've been here all this time,
Yeah.
so it's great.
We have an amazing relationship, because a probably unique kind of relationship. I mean, I met Shalon when she was at school, and you know, I was just starting the business. And here we are all these years later, still working together. I've fired her like 4 times, but she won't leave.
And I've only had one pay rise.
She's got really sick of me hundreds of times, probably.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, here we still are, and we work really, really well together. We're a great team.
Yeah, lots of fun, lots of cool books, and
Lots of cool people.
Yeah.
I think we've had amazing people work with us at different times. You know, we've had like awesome teams of people, and then they leave various reasons. And we always feel really sad. Then more awesome people come along, you know, and we have a new team.
Yeah.
And
It's like the family keeps growing, and
Well, it's like living inside this bizarre organic brain that's constantly evolving. You know, you think of all the subjects, and it's like this weird beast, just a wealth of information that's been recorded over the whole of human history on thousands of topics, thousands of life experiences, And it's like time travelling. Reading a book is like time travelling, really.
Obviously the books are a very big part of it, but it would have to be the people that come in through it, and the way that they can talk to you and open up to you, because I feel like it's a safe space for them. We never really turn away people. But no, definitely the people, and also the people that work here are pretty okay.
I think it's got a wonderful sense of community. I also think it's one of the best bookstores around. It's got like 500,000 books in our storage, as well as I think 250 in store here. So an enormous range with lots of niche subjects. I suddenly find myself, feeling very grateful to be around books that I enjoy.
Books are not only a way to sort of escape everything that's going on in your life, but also give perspective of why other people do what they do. You can't really have an insight on somebody else's actions or emotions or anything else that's going on unless you can sort of put yourself in their shoes. And I think one of the greatest things about reading books and being around people who do read books is that they're able and capable to put themselves in other people's shoes for a multitude of different reasons because of reading.
I think that books, and they've obviously existed for millennia, and I don't really see them going out of fashion anytime soon.
We were kind of facing the end of the shop. This is going to be it. After 35 years, it's down the toilet for us because we just couldn't afford commercial rates. So before the building got sold, I started to give a little page. I thought it was really, really rude of me, really, to sort of be a business going out asking people to give us money. And it's kind of like, wow. And I just thought, I'll get lots of haters. And the exact opposite happened.
An iconic and much loved bookstore in Auckland is in danger of closing because the rent is about to rise for the first time in 30 years. The owner of the Hard to Find bookshop is hoping book lovers from around the world will help save what he considers to be an endangered species.
And that was incredibly moving to me, sort of moved me to tears. Thousands of people donated money to us. And it turned out we had this huge fan base that I knew nothing about.
He's set up a Give a Little page and has already raised nearly $24,000.
Well, I knew people liked the shop and all this, but for them to actually put money behind it and all the incredible words of encouragement we got, that was just such a buzz.
I owe this place a debt that I can probably never pay. And as long as this place continues to stand, I'll continue to come here every time I have a new project to work on. Books are the oldest and most important medium of information transfer. The moment we learned how to write stuff down to books is the moment that we managed to preserve history.
It's just amazing. Books will always be around.
I actually, some mornings, find myself looking forward to coming into the bookstore more than I do doing my degree. So
I love this store because I'm able to meet really interesting people. I love that.
I believe in what we're doing. We provide a service, I think, helping people when they need a new home, a happy new home for their books. The experience has been challenging, diverse, hectic, adventures, lots and lots and lots of different book collections, lots of different people. It's just a happy place to be around books, with no pressure and away from the woes of the world. Yeah.